Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Isaiah Hill, and a personal friend who said I started my YouTube channel. He requested I do this director, and he is actually one of my favorite directors of all time, and and I feel like I should do it because I agree with him on this because I feel like I should share it. The film that I'm going to be talking about today is Reservoir Dogs. Quentin Tarantino. Be expecting Quentin Tarantino movies, all of them that I own, and I'll be sure to give you a good my personal opinion on it. Reservoir Dogs is his very first movie, directing like feature, I believe, because he made like another film, but like it's a film like that not many people even mention. Like I actually don't even know about that. Um, but Reservoir Dogs, this is a film that this is my brother's favorite Tarantino film. So you're watching. So if my brother is watching this, hi. So had to do that. Um, Reservoir Dogs. This is an interesting film. Sorry, just had to move the blanket. It's an interesting film to talk about. Okay, first off, it is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is a very interesting director for this because I think all but one of his movies are original like ideas. That being Jackie Brown, which is actually right here. Um, Reservoir Dogs stars Harvey Keitel, Tim Ross, Chris Penn, Steve Buscemi, and Michael Madsen. I actually had to read it off because there are names that I was like, can I just do this? But I just did that to make it a little easier. But I don't need a box anymore. Reservoir Dogs is all of Tarantino's like trademarks. It has all of them. Like strong dialogue. Tarantino is known for powerful dialogue and witty characters and characters who appear to have a backstory and that you want to know more about. Reservoir Dogs, these characters you want to be like, all right, I want to know where they really came from, what they did, how they did it, and why they did it. And I was reading somewhere this has actually been ranked as one of the greatest heist movies of all time, which I find cool. But the thing is, you don't actually see the heist. Reservoir Dogs is about like five guys who are pulling off a heist. It goes wrong because they find out they were ratted out, like they informed the police. So Reservoir Dogs, in my opinion, is almost like a play because a lot of it takes place in one place, and it's a warehouse, and all the actors are phenomenal. It's like Tarantino wrote these roles just for them. Of something he will later continue on doing with his later movies, like he will write roles for specific people. And I know a lot of screenwriters, they write roles for stars to appear in, but like here, it appears that Tarantino just wrote them perfectly just for these guys. And the thing is with Reservoir Dogs is I love this film. This film gets an amazing right off the back. And we're already like 3 minutes and like 45 seconds in when I say that. And it's amazing like how this film it's simple. This is, in my opinion, a very simple film. It's an independent film, and it deserves to be recognized as one of the greatest of independent films, and one of the greatest heist films, and one of the greatest films of all time, in my opinion. Like, if you guys notice, like in some of my early reviews, I put like strictly opinion, but then I was like, you know what? I think they get it. Reservoir Dogs is a film that I feel like it gets over. It like gets like looked like past, in my opinion, compared to like the obviously more successful Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I have all Tarantino films except Once Upon a Time, but I have seen it. Um, but the thing is for Reservoir Dogs that I believe like a lot of people should remember is it's basic Tarantino. This is like Tarantino, like the music. Tarantino is known for having amazing music. He is known for like doing like trunk shots, like where the camera, like let's say how you guys are looking at me, like how I'm looking at the camera. It's like looking down like at a trunk, and you don't know what's in there, and that's pretty cool. I always like that. Tarantino has regulars as they call it, but like with this, like these characters, like no matter what he writes for these characters. Reservoir Dogs is the film that a lot of people I recommend that should check out. Um, Steve Buscemi does an amazing job in this film. Like I like Steve Buscemi because he is a great actor. I highly recommend you guys check out the show if you can, Boardwalk Empire, because he's phenomenal in that. And the thing is with Reservoir Dogs that I think a lot of people kind of do not want to talk about is how there's not much violence. I mean, there is violence, but there's not as much, but there's like a lot of gore. Tim Roth, he is a phenomenal actor as well. Like, they say he's a regular, and I can see it. I mean, he appears in 3. He would have appeared in Once Upon a Time, but they cut his scenes. So, he appears in this, Pulp Fiction, and The Hateful Eight. And he's a master of accents. And I don't know if you guys ever seen the show Lie to Me. He is amazing in that. Michael Madsen, a lot of people know that he's a Tarantino regular. And the character's name is Vic. His character's name is Vic Vega. And in Pulp Fiction, it's Vincent Vega, John Travolta's character. And Tarantino wrote a script about them, but he felt like they got too old to play the part, so it was ultimately shelved. But like a lot of people also find it surprising how Samuel L. Jackson isn't in this. Samuel L. Jackson, I believe, did audition, but then Tarantino wrote the role of Jules just for him, which is pretty cool considering like these films like boosted careers, and they gave them like a shot and made Tarantino pretty famous. I mean, obviously, Pulp Fiction. Everyone's talking about, oh yeah, Pulp Fiction is like the film like everyone should check out if you're going to check out Tarantino. In my opinion, it should be Reservoir. Reservoir Dogs is not a film that. It's not like a film like that, like where you can say, oh yeah, I don't want to watch something like too bloody. I mean, yeah, there's gore and some violence, but overall it's like mainly dialogue and situations. I mean, there is torture, so if you are sensitive, in my opinion, like the song "Stuck in the Middle," I have a hard time listening to it because of the scene from this movie. Torture is a hard thing. Pulp Fiction's worse though with the torture. If you tell me that Reservoir Dogs is worse than torture than Pulp Fiction, then I'm gonna be surprised. Because no one has ever told me that. Because I like mention with my friends who are Tarantino fans, like which one you think is worse on the like torture vibe. And they say, oh, Pulp Fiction, and I talk about Reservoir Dogs, and they're like, well, yeah, there is torture, but Pulp Fiction, there's something else in there, and I don't want to say it because I try to keep my channel like pretty positive, even though I do talk about R-rated movies. But I try not to use language. Tarantino is also known for using an excessive amount of the F word, and it's not as bad here as it is later. I believe up until Kill Bill, all the uses of the F word went up to like over 100. I believe Reservoir has 200, says Pulp Fiction. Jackie Brown, I don't remember. The use of the N word that will later come into play for a later movie. I mean, if you guys are Tarantino fans, you can pretty much know what I'm talking about. But Reservoir Dogs, I feel like, is a film that is overlooked. Because Pulp Fiction made a lot of money. So that's like where everyone's like, Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs was an independent film, but like not many people would mention it, in my opinion. Like that I know. I mean, there are probably people who mention this film more often than I realize. It's just how I grew up, like with hearing about Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill. And that was like always interesting to me because like I didn't hear of any other Tarantino film. I remember when Inglourious Bastards was coming out, and Django Unchained, and even The Hateful Eight, but that was later. I never heard of like Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs. I mean, my first real like experience with Tarantino was like Kill Bill, in my opinion. I mean, obviously these films came out before I was born, but like of Tarantino films, it was just Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill. Kill Bill is like I love Tarantino. Almost all of his films, I believe, are going to get an amazing, or all of them could, or this. But Reservoir Dogs deserves an amazing. This is a film. I'm sorry, my nose hurts, guys. Sorry, I'm a little sick. Sorry about that. But Reservoir Dogs is a film I recommend to anyone who is interested in like film or trying to find someone else. Because this film, I believe, is a perfect introduction. Pulp Fiction, if you're in Pulp Fiction, this is a film like you got to tell people like what's in it. Like, oh yeah, there's violence in it. There's cursing in it. Reservoir Dogs is kind of a film like if you not know anything about Tarantino and you were to look at this, you'll be like, looks like Businessmen. You can say it, but then when you look on the back, then you'll be like, whoa. But overall, Reservoir Dogs is, in my opinion, one of Tarantino's greatest movies. Tarantino has 1, 2, 3. Gotta count this up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 9 movies, counting Once Upon a Time. He counts Kill Bill as one, so I'll count it as one. 9 films of Quentin Tarantino. I mean, that's gonna get me pretty much through the week. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I love Quentin Tarantino movies. I feel like people should check them out, even though they can get pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. And if you're not into that kind of stuff, I would not recommend that you should watch them. But I would recommend to watch them. Just give it a chance. I mean, if it's something like if you're like not in, like sensitive around blood, like you get scared of blood, or if you're like scared of like guns or violence of any sort, I would not recommend these because I would never like put that on someone. If you told me you were afraid of guns, I would not recommend any Tarantino films to you. But I believe Tarantino, he does a good job in my opinion. I really enjoy his films. Reservoir Dogs, out of the 9, I'll probably give it out of the 4. This is my 4th favorite Quentin Tarantino film. And yes, I'm going to go through all 9. I'm going to do Once Upon a Time. That's not going to be, because I'm planning on working on like a series called Films that I've seen but do not own. But I plan on getting Once Upon a Time. So I might do a review of it. Just a standard review. And then show you guys like that I have it. Something like that. I plan on doing it like that, but I don't know yet. But this film, I give is my 4th favorite. That's and when I say like when I rank them, it doesn't mean I hate the film. I do enjoy all these. Like I do enjoy these films. They're not be expecting a horrible, bad, or good. It's either gonna be a great or an amazing. So, yeah, spoiler alert for that. Reservoir Dogs. I'm trying not to talk so much about like the plot as I did like in the others because I was kind of upset about that. But I felt like that was better with me opening up. Quentin Tarantino is, in my opinion, a phenomenal director. I recommend him to those who are interested in finding another director. I recommend people who like intense movies. And I feel like some people have a lot of fun with this. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I do recommend Reservoir Dogs. Like I said, it's an amazing. I really enjoy the chemistry with all the actors, the feel of it, and like how the film just goes along and like shows what happens. So yeah, That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you wish to see more movie reviews like this or my Let's Play Back to the Future, which I finally got fixed. Thankfully, I got it fixed. And you can now watch it because it's almost all of them are end up in the playlist. Subscribe. If you want to ask me anything or request anything, like this was for a request from a friend that I personally knew, and this is for him. So yeah, and he knows who he is. He usually watches my videos, even though he's not subscribed yet, but he usually watches them. I'm sorry about the train, guys. Every time when I do like a video of talking about something, or even like some of my Let's Plays, a train comes by. But yeah, that's it out of me. Hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Isaiah Hill, signing off.